Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Dan Snow. I am the history guy. I bring you regular history updates. You can check me out on Facebook, Dan Snow's History Hit, or and my podcast on iTunes, History Hit. Get involved, everybody. Hey, how you going? Thanks for joining, everybody. This is the scene right now. Check it out. Oh yeah, thanks for the hearts. How you doing, everyone? I am just sitting up here. Thanks for sharing, Greg, Ev Pro. Feel free to share, everybody. I'm not doing Cows Week. No, I am not doing Cows Week. But hello in Scotland. Hi, Hunter S. How are you? Thanks for all the action on Twitter, the retweets and the favourites and everything. Appreciate that. Willow Barcelona, thank you for sharing. Look at the weather down here in the UK. This is the Solent. It's not really in focus at the moment. There we go. Hi, Norway loves Dan. I love Norway. The Lofoten Islands are the best. I was there earlier this year. Check them out. I check out Facebook. I did post a lot of pictures up there. That down there, everyone, is my favourite house in the UK. Look at that. Right on the edge of the water. Hello, Hammersmith. Hello in a boring office. Don't tell your boss you're watching this. Get the headphones on. Check this out. Hello in Cheshire. Hello in Mexico. Hey, Mexico. Now down there, guys. Listen, this is the most historic stretch of water in the flipping world around here. Under the floorboards in Cannock, wowee. So let me show you with my little finger here. That, I don't know if you can see over there. Let me zoom in. Next to this brilliant house. Do you see all those sails down there? Loads and loads of sails down there. That is Cows Week. Hello in Louisiana. Hunter S. Jones, Hunters Jones, thank you for sharing. This is the most historic stretch of water in the UK. That's Cows Week. That's the world's longest running regatta, I think, correct me if I'm wrong. Started in the 1820s. Actually, speaking of Mexico, if you're still watching in Mexico, you are. You haven't been too bored. So that Cows Week's been running since 1826. When Cows Week was started, California was part of Mexico. So that's how old that is. Oh, speaking of California, someone just come up there. Got up 15 minutes ago. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. What else can I tell you about this patch of water? Hello in Wake Forest, North Carolina. I'm in something called the New Forest in the UK. This is the New Forest. I'll tell you why it's called the New Forest. Is because 1,000 years ago, well 950 years ago, William the Conqueror conquered England and he made this royal forest. This whole area became royal forest, so the locals always called the New Forest. Ever since then it's been called the New Forest. The New Forest is in fact nearly 1,000 years old. So much happened on this stretch of water. The Emperor Vespasian conquered the Isle of Wight over there. He was a young officer when the Romans conquered England. That's Cows Week going over there. Now you see this little ramp here, down there. That was built for D-Day. Hello in India. How are you doing? That was built for D-Day. See that concrete there? That was built for D-Day. All of the tanks that landed on the beach in Normandy got on their landing craft right here where I'm sitting now. Pretty exciting. This played its part. And people said you could walk from one side of this to the other, to the Isle of Wight, on ships. It was so busy with shipping. What else we got down here that I can show? Oh, the Mary Rose capsized just over there, if you've heard about the Mary Rose. Remember, guys, you can see my Mary Rose films on my Facebook page, Dan Snow's History Hit, where I put up all my old videos and films. The Titanic left from over there, Southampton. Southampton's just around the corner here. If you're sitting here, nearly over 100 years ago, you'd have seen the Titanic sailing out of here, coming down there. Lots of people, that was the last sight of their homeland before hitting that iceberg. This is where the America's Cup was first held out here, which is the oldest single sporting trophy in the world. The British have never won the America's Cup. It's first held out here. At the moment, we're trying to win it back. Maybe we're going to make history, and if it is, I will show you everything live on Periscope. That'd be pretty cool. My wife's great-grandfather, he left from Southampton, which is up there. He left to go to World War I. Thanks, History Doctor, for inviting followers. He left just down there. He sailed out of there. Last time he ever saw his family or his homeland, he was killed just a few weeks after landing in France in 1914. The experience of so many young men. Okay, here we go. You're lucky enough to win Cows Week overall. Jeepers creepers, man. That's pretty impressive. Jeremy Christie. So let's get it back on here. Way down there, Hearst Castle. You can just see it, Hearst Castle. That is where King Charles I, hello in Colorado. King Charles I was imprisoned in Hearst Castle Well, Parliament decided what to do with him, and because he was so naughty, they just decided in the end they had to kill him. There was no option because he kept talking to the enemies, he kept trying to make alliances, get himself out of trouble. And there's a little doggy, someone walking a little dog on the beach. Wisconsin, Ontario, what up? Now listen, it's a big week in history, guys. Check this out. There were smarter people on the beach, on the boat than you. Well, I can't believe that. I can't believe that. So there you go. This is if you're just joining out, as I say, that's a D-Day beach down there. Now listen, guys, it's a big week in history. Big week in history, right? On the 4th of August this week, on the 4th of August, right, no, last week, but this kind of week, Britain declared war on Germany in the First World War. Huge, huge, huge day in history. Within a day or two, Kaiser Wilhelm, who was, of course, Queen Victoria's... Oh, hey, I'll tell you something about Kaiser Wilhelm. Do you see just that point there? Oh, yeah, just that point there. That's Osborne House. That was Queen Victoria's, just beyond there, is Queen Victoria's favourite summer residence. She used to go there. And Kaiser Wilhelm used to go and visit his grandmother. He was her oldest grandson. He used to go and visit his favourite grandmother there. And he learnt to love the Navy because he could see the Navy coming in out of Portsmouth. He thought, I want one of those one day. And that inadvertently helped cause the First World War. Kaiser Wilhelm's obsession with building big battleships. And also, 4th of August, he sent his uniforms back to Buckingham Palace in an absolute rage. And soon, hundreds of thousands of men, well, in fact, millions of men, were crossing the border into Belgium and France this week in 1914. It's terrible. On the 6th of, so this Saturday, I think it was, on the 6th of August, Hiroshima. The atomic age really began in earnest with dropping of the Hiroshima. Beautiful boat going past. Flying the White Ensign, that means that boat is actually a naval vessel. It's probably some sort of recreational naval vessel, I'm guessing. Yeah, so Hiroshima bomb, less than 1 kilogram of nuclear fuel went fissile, underwent fission. Even with under 1 kilogram, guys, under 1 kilogram, 80,000 people were killed and it's almost equal number wounded. The fireball at the just under where the bomb was dropped got to about 6,000 degrees centigrade, and with a circle within about 3.5 kilometers. Casualties were effectively 100%. Some people survived, but casualties were effectively 100%. So the atomic age had begun. Hugely controversial. I'll do a podcast on that one day, guys. Check out the podcast. It's Dan Snow's History Hit. It's on iTunes, and I do a lot of discussing current affairs through history, also great historical topics for historians, and sometimes controversies like the generals of World War I, and also should the Americans have dropped the bomb. Enola Gay, as someone just said there, should the Americans have dropped that bomb in the First World War? We've got a naval history one out here. Let's look out here again. This is the beautiful sun. If you're just joining me, one of the most dramatic, most important stretches of water in British history. I might go out sailing on there a bit later on, I think. Taking some time off here at the moment. That's Cowes over there. Cowes Week, longest running regatta in history. Since 1826, I think it is. Longer than California has been American. Has that Cowes Week been going on? Nelson left from there. Portsmouth, he'd have sailed just across that little gap there on the way down to Trafalgar. It's the last he ever saw of his home country as well. A lot of fatal and a lot of big moments, a lot of big history happened here. I think the Saxons arrived here for the first time. Cerdic arrived right here on this coast, on this shingle here. Apparently. The story is told. It may be not true. We don't know. What is my next project? My next project is going through the Yukon. That's coming out in October. Looking at the Terracotta Army. That's coming out in September, October, I think. There's quite a few things. I will be letting you know, guys. I'll be letting you know. Yes, okay, good point. Mori UK, which plane dropped the Nagasaki bomb? I don't know. Mr. John Doe, you're in Pompey. Well, there you go. You've got a historic city. I want to show you something here. There are people swimming in the UK in the sea. So before anyone's being rude about this place, that is people swimming, okay? Now that is, so all you foreign people, we have a balmy tropical climate here as well. Hey, Mental Mike, thank you. That was a great pleasure. It was nice to meet your friend, and I'm sorry I didn't meet you, but I'm glad you got the postcard. That's very cool. Very cool. The plane was Boxcar. Of course it was. Boxcar. The plane that dropped the Nagasaki bomb was the Boxcar. Okay. Your dad was the first American to raise the American flag over Tokyo. Crazy Celt 60. That is very cool. That is very cool. Wow, what a piece of history. What a piece of history. I love meeting people on here and sharing the history. We have crazy people too. Battle of Bandywine, yeah, we do. I like your name there. That's good. So anyway, guys, this is a historic stretch of water. Good to see you in California, and great to talk to all of you. Oh, hang on, I haven't told you about one big anniversary happened today. It's the 8th of August. I'll tell you about this anniversary, because this was an important one. The First World War started for Britain on the 4th of August 1914, a few days ago. But today was an absolutely decisive day in World War I history, because today in 1918, 98 years ago, was the Battle of Amiens, when American, French, British, Australian, Canadian troops put the different tools together: aircraft, tanks, artillery, infantry, armoured cars, and worked out how to win the First World War. Battle of Amiens today. Work is calling. Okay, see you later. Go back to work. Don't get in trouble. And today is the Battle of Amiens, 1918. Many people haven't heard of it, but it's probably the most important battle, well, one of the most important battles in British and world history. A battle that decisively defeated the Germans, tore a big hole in the trench lines, got mobility back to the battlefield, and convinced the Germans that they were not going to be able to hold out and win the First World War. So a huge, huge deal. Anyway, guys, it's the Battle of Gravelines today. Oh my goodness, it's the Battle of Gravelines, I think, when the Spanish Armada were defeated by Francis Drake, Howard of Effingham, and the English Navy. It is the Battle of Hastings anniversary. Yep, I am going to make a programme about the Battle of Hastings this year as well, so watch this space. Lots to report, guys, lots to report. Anyway, my second great-granddad captured blockade running. Huh, cool. Like blockade runners, I love that story. I'd love to learn more about that. That's very cool. History keeps piling on. A lot of history around, guys. A lot of history around. Anyway, big love. See you later. I'm leaving you from a sunny south coast. And over there, one of the loveliest houses in England. See you later. Bye-bye.